Welcome back to Rowrah. Great start to the 2016 season. Now we move on to junior Rotax for drivers from 13 years of age. And 2016 is set to be one of the most competitive seasons in this class's history. William Pettit and Axel Charpentier on the first front row of the year. Jonathan Hoggart and Joe Turney, Tyler Chesterton and Rory Hudson from Kimber, Sullivan, Turner and Apps. What a competitive top 10 for this first race of the season. Leading rookie is Luke Ide from P11. Connor McCarthy goes off the back after failing to complete a single lap in the earlier final. And away we go. Beautiful start. Charpentier gets crowded out on the outside line there through the first corner. That's Jemima Hepworth going backwards through the shot. That was a close one, and somehow Jemima should hopefully be able to make it back onto the circuit again. But Axel Charpentier really getting hung out to dry on the outside there of the first chicane. And it's William Pettit, the O-plate, who holds the lead in the early stages. Right on his tail, though. That looks to me like John Hoggart. He's making his move.
Hoggart down the inside. Has he got it? He has. Could get pushed through by the other Strawberry driver. Oh, a bit of contact there. Just slides wide, but holds on to it. The green helmet of William Pettit. If you are 500 feet in the air on the drone, he's easy to spot, although there's another driver there with the green helmet as well, but Pettit will be at the front of the field. That is the race leader, Jonathan Hoggart. My tip for the championship this season: if you're going to win a championship at Super 1, you need to be consistent. You don't have to win, in fact, any finals whatsoever. If you're consistent right up there all of the time, putting yourself on regular podiums, you can easily win a championship, and Hoggart is more than capable of doing that as they go up to Iredale's hairpin, down from Iredale's to the Stuart S's, and that is Pettit up the inside for second.
Yeah, he makes the move on Axel Charpentier. You really do run out of superlatives for Jonathan Hoggart. When you put it into context, let's just remind ourselves, a few seasons ago, he had never raced in any form of professional karting. His only race experience before then was Arrive and Drive, and he's at the front in a Super 1 Series class. It is absolutely astonishing if he can do this with only 2 seasons experience underneath him. Wow, I mean, just consider how good he'll be when he actually matures to 16, 17, gets on the race circuits. He could be another renegade.
He could. William Pettit set a purple sector for Sector 1, Chesterton a purple sector for 2, and then Mark Kimber set a purple sector for Sector 3. So different drivers racing at different parts of the circuit, doing different times. Tom Edmonds there, the 15-year-old. On the 15 car from Andover in Hampshire.
That was getting a little bit messy towards the back of the field, wasn't it? But it's great to see once again in junior Rotax plenty of action from the front to the middle and back to the back. It is such a competitively close championship. Hoggart out in front, William Pettit second, Charpentier now third from Chesterton, Turney, Kimber, Sullivan, Turner, Hudson and Miles Apps is the man rounding out the top 10. Luke Ide still your leading rookie and still there in 11th position where he started. So good battles all the way through. By the way, Connor McCarthy has worked his way up into 15th position now, so he's made up 5 places. There's Tyler Chesterton, number 25, right in the mix of the top 6. 4th position, makes the move for 3rd. So he's taken on Charpentier and displaced him. Charpentier's coming back!
Yeah, nearly lost it there. The side-by-side going through the right-hander at St John's, and he's made the left-hander here at Sunny Bend.
Yep, Charpentier's made it back. He's not going to give up 3rd position if he can help it, so he manages to keep the position. Charpentier, he's been so strong all day, but he just looks on the back foot here. It's almost as if they've caught him napping in the early stages, and that's put him off his A game. He needs to find something to, get him back to where he is, because look, he's dropping back. He's dropped to 3rd, he's dropped to 4th, he's dropped to 5th now. So Charpentier's dropping all the way back down the order, and he's going to lose another place to 6th position to 7th. This is going terribly wrong for Charpentier.
Not what we expect from the Frenchman. He's a potential champion this year. But as they go down into the stewardesses, he's lost 2 more, Jake.
This is ridiculous. Poor bad luck this is for Axel Charpentier. This is a front-running driver in this championship, and he's going backwards through the field as if he's just dropped anchor. This is not going well for Charpentier. Meanwhile, we're back to the battle for 3rd position, which is currently being led now, of course, by Joe Turney, the 96, Chesterton in 4th, Kimber, Sullivan, Turner and Hudson all got past Charpentier on that one lap. It's almost as if he opened the door and the floods just poured in, didn't it?
Yeah, you mentioned McCarthy earlier on, Jake, as well. He'd made up 5. He's now made up 4. He's dropped a place to 16th. Jordan Brown is also a man on the move, starting 19th up to 14th.
Nice move there from Brad Barrett. Sorry, Alan. Beautifully timed on the rookie Ide. So Barrett makes up another place, and that puts him into 11th position. Great battle just outside the top 10 as well. A little further into the race, it's starting to get a little bit more hectic for 4th position. Kimber is now the man in P4, behind Joe Turney, with Chesterton in 5th from Hudson, Turner and Charpentier, who's made up a place again on Tyler Sullivan. Miles Apps is trying to get into that little mix as well, but he's not quite able to run with them. Meanwhile, John Hoggard and William Pettit are being caught rapidly by Joe Turney. He is turning up the dial here, and he is catching both of them. He wants to win. The 14-year-old from Woburn Sands really wants to make this happen. He started P4, he's worked his way into 3rd position, and he's catching them rapidly. He's so strong under brakes, Alan.
Yeah, he looks like the fastest man on the track, Jake, doesn't he, as they come down into the right-hander at St John's. That is St John's. This is the left-hander at Sunny Bend. And then out onto paddock, the final turn. But Turney certainly right there, right on the back of these two. He's got to fancy himself for a win here.
It's really, really tight between these top 3 drivers, and Jonathan Hoggart, of course, is kind of on the catch-up. He's not had the best start in terms of his points haul in the early part of the weekend, but if he wins this will shoot him, as you can see on the Virtual Championship on the right of your screen. 2 points behind Charpentier, unless, of course, Charpentier loses even more places, in which case he's going to get himself right back into the firing line. But you have to give full credit to Pettit. He's been very consistent all race weekend, and that's why if he stays where he is in P2, even if he drops to P3, he will still leave here as the championship leader with a good, comfortable margin in his pocket.
Yeah, 14 points after the first round. That's quite a big lead, actually, after one round, 14 points. So he will be very happy with that. He will know as well, William Pettit, it's a long championship season. You can't win it at round 1, but you can certainly do some damage if you have an off, and he's had no problems so far.
We just saw the details for Mark Kimber, 4th position. He's another kid that's really impressing me in the last couple of seasons. He's really stepped up a gear and is starting to put in some really impressive performances. P4 here is no fluke. This kid's really going places, and I genuinely think, look, let's just focus on the fact, who's he got right on his tail at the moment? That is Tyler Chesterton, and he is a very feisty racer in his own right, and Kimber is matching him corner for corner, pound for pound. He's doing a brilliant job there in P4, making light work of defence at the moment. So it's almost child's play, keeping Chesterton at bay for Mark Kimber. Watched him for the last couple of seasons as a cadet, and again, he's another one who's really turning up the dial in the early stages of 2016. There he goes, battling out with Chesterton. 47 in there in 6th position.
41, Rory
41
Hudson.
Even. Yes, Rory Hudson. Very similar numbers, those two, of course. So, still these 3, Hoggart, Pettit and Turney. Is Turney going to have a lunge? Look, I just saw the loading under braking there from 2nd place William Pettit. So heavy, the loading under braking, that the rear wheel actually leaves the surface of the ground. Whoa! That was a bit of a banzai. Beautiful move there, though, from Tommy Foster. That's what you call psyching out the competition. I'm going to brake really late, so you're going to get out of my way, or we're going to have an accident. That's almost Ayrton Senna tactics, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good move by Tommy Foster there.
Oh, Turney's going to make the move. Beautifully timed there on William Pettit. He almost wasn't expecting an overtake there, and Turney pops up, and that's going to put him even further ahead into 2nd position in the points table, leaving Rowrah. He'll be in a very strong position, Joe Turney. That was a really difficult overtake to pull off there as well. Not the stereotypical overtaking manoeuvre. So Turney puts himself into P2, right on the tail of John Hoggart. Now, is he going to be brave and make the overtaking move? He signals Pettit, come on, let's work after this guy. He's only an arrive and drive karter. We can take him on. Not anymore, not on your life. John Hoggart is one of the established guard now.
Yeah, I don't think they're thinking of Jonathan Hoggart as an arrive and drive
Not
driver
anymore. Oh, Turney runs deep onto the curb there, and that's going to be the opportunity. Is Pettit going to hold it? No, he doesn't. So even Turney is struggling to hold that position in 2nd place, pushing hard, trying to get on terms with Hoggart. He just got a little bit too wide. He just left his braking perhaps a touch too late. And when I mean a touch too late, it's by a fraction of a second in this sport. If you literally get your braking maybe 3-4 tenths late, it can cost you a place or two. Now that's Chesterton having worked his way past Kimber, and now we've got a great squabble too between Hudson and the... Now, who is that they're battling with? Is that Tom Turner? I think it must be. The number 8 is in there as well. So 5 drivers again in this magic squabble for 4th position, and it's only tightening up. It's only getting closer. So Turney again. Good move there from St John's, and he is starting to reel in John Hoggart again. It's getting close again.
Yeah, I thought the mistake he'd made had given Hoggart this race. We're into the last lap. Hoggart's still got the lead, but he's under pressure from the drivers in 2nd and 3rd. Now, can Turney? No, he's not going to do it, is he? That's good defending that by Jonathan Hoggard.
Well, he's going to be attacking Hoggard as much as he can, but if he's not careful, Pettit's going to get through as well.
Now, that's just given Jonathan Hoggard the race, and the reason is that Turney's had to stay narrow, defensive, so he's gone very slow through the corner, and that's given Hoggard the win. But who's going to get second?
Oh, Pettit's doing everything he possibly can, and Turney is bucking Broncoing over the curbs, trying to keep him back. No, I've already lost the win. I'm not going to lose second place as well. Pettit is going to workhorse here, trying to get his way through, but what a drive from John Hoggard. This is a superb drive, and this is the coming of the man. Brilliant victory for John Hoggard. Joe Turney just hangs on in front of Pettit. Kimber and Hudson have both beaten Chesterton to the line. Turner is 7th, from Charpentier way down in 8th place. Miles Apps and Tyler Sullivan round out the top 10. What a start to the season.
10th place for Tyler Sullivan. He is the leading rookie after the race. Conor McCarthy, 61, got a penalty for an incorrectly positioned front fairing, as did Jemima Hepworth.
Improvement from race 1 to race 2 in terms of the finals. Was the changes made, or was it just a change of tactic?
Just managed to get into the lead, and then managed to keep the lead for the whole race, and defend off second place and take the win.
And how important, we know how it can be difficult to defend around this Rowrah circuit. What was going through your mind on the last lap there? Was it just a case of hug the inside line and make them go the long way around?
Yeah, make sure I stay on the inside and then stop them from getting past.
Well, that was chapter 1 of a 9-part novella, wasn't it? William Pettit now leading the way, 10 points clear of Joe Turney, with Axel Charpentier just in front of Jonathan Hoggard, our final winner, with Mark Kimber very much in contention in P5. More action from Rowrah after the break. We've seen the junior Rotax, now time for the seniors in just a mo.